Welcome back, folks, to the second half of Session 2, Age of Lemuria. We've got nothing happening. Nothing's coming. Nothing's going on. This farm is boring. Nothing's going on.
The farm is great. Like half the day's vacation.
It is.
The pay price sucks, but you know.
Yeah, it's not a lot of gold. It's not.
The owner's about to keel over, so I mean, it's not so bad.
Poor Farmer Ed's. The company found the truth about poor Farmer Ed.
Poor farmer, my ass.
Yeah,
he's sitting on some treasure.
Maybe.
Oh no, so, I don't mean any treasure I don't know about. I mean the treasure I know about.
Dusk approaches. What is everybody doing as night slowly falls and descends upon you?
I did rolls for it, but as said before, I'm perched up in this tree over by Lil Joe the horse. And just so any viewers know, I rolled an 18 on stealth and an 8 on perception, even after disadvantage, because I'm just hanging out up there looking for the return of the bandits.
Okay.
All right, I suppose I better find a place for a hunting trap.
Okay, where are you placing it?
Okay.
I will give you a trap.
Hey Ed, where do you think a good place to put a hunting trap is?
Are you expecting trouble?
I mean, these tax collectors seemed like trouble, and they might be coming back. It's good to be prepared. And you know, there might be another spider. It's good to be safe.
That is true.
I just don't want it to, Billy to trip up on it or anything.
Or the horse. I don't want little Joe getting caught in one of your contraptions.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. There we go. Give that to you. Okay. And this is a bear trap, right?
Yes.
Bear trap.
Also, DM, are you familiar with the shift and left click in Roll20?
I am not.
Okay, so try this, right? You're hovering over select. Go to, now the bear trap is there, but like you can hold shift and then hold left click like you're going to ping, and it'll snap everyone's view to that area.
Okay.
So you never have to go like, hey, look over here. Like you just, bam, move everyone's camera there.
Excellent. I will use that because
it's very handy for when you open up like new map pages and stuff.
Stuff's going to happen. I mean, not going to happen.
All right, where do we want a bear trap?
So Farmer Ed's like, don't put it inside. Put it outside a door or something. Maybe behind a window or someplace where you think that they would make an entry. I think you guys are getting all worked up for nothing.
By a window, because it's less likely that we'll trip him. Someone breaking in might step on it.
Fair enough.
Is that a door? I probably don't want that for there.
Do you have any evidence that they're going to make an attack?
I mean, I'm pretty good at reading people, so I trust my own judgment.
By the way, yeah. You think that they were going to, yeah. You're fairly confident that, yeah. You're fairly confident that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen thugs before, and I know what.
Oh yeah, these were clearly thugs. Yeah, I mean they weren't like well armed or anything, but you're pretty sure that they're not stupid either. So, anything else? So you for an hour you're just going to set up the bear trap?
Sure, I guess I'll just hang out inside.
Okay, sounds good to me. Also, you might want to make sure that everybody knows that you guys are going to get attacked. So,
hey everyone,
tell people.
What?
And not people.
Billy.
Oh no, I already told him.
Billy knows. Ed knows.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Then who doesn't know? Oda?
She doesn't need to know, man. She's like a tree.
She'll be fine. I mean, it's just human business. What's the worst that can happen?
That is true. That's true.
I mean, I think
Joe isn't like a talking horse or anything, right? Like.
Oh no, little Joe doesn't talk.
Okay.
At least that you have seen yet.
Yeah, not that I know of.
Yep.
What?
I am the last horse. No.
Yeah, man. See, I definitely need the ranger, man. I'm gonna get some animal handling, some survival. Stop wearing heavy armor.
Excellent.
I think I am. Not sure.
All right, so night slowly falls. You hear merriment inside the house. You hear them fixing like supper. You smell the waft of food and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, you hear a snapping of a twig.
There.
And because of your height advantage, you see them approaching. They're not really hiding themselves. They're kind of just approaching cautiously.
Yeah. Like they're not using concealment or cover.
No.
They're just trying to be quiet.
Yep, they're like, shh. You hear them like whispering to each other, like, "Are you sure that they didn't see you leave?" And they're like, "Yeah, they didn't follow us." And you hear like, "Well,"
Damn it, we should have followed them.
they're like, "Well, at least they don't know that we're here." And they're like, "Should we take the horse?" And they're like whispering back and forth and like, "Yeah, just set the place on fire." And they're like, guys, like, "No, you don't want to do that. You want the local town guards to come looking for us?" Like, "I don't want to hang." And like you hear like this really low whispering. They're staying out of torchlight, but they're clearly watching the house. But you can hear them.
I gave the signal that I had stated earlier. It's kind of a loud, echoey, like it's a lower tone. I just can't physically do it, but like the.
Okay, Adron, you see if you hear this.
I'll hear it.
That is
Because it's
true.
got an advantage. I just like having advantage with things. What can I say?
Yep.
I'm just a big cheater.
How far away are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, it can go either way. I mean, if a 12 doesn't cut it, 12 doesn't cut it.
Yep. I don't think a 12 cuts it. Your owl is inside, right?
Yeah.
Your owl is inside, so no. You're making the sound, but you don't see anything. And these guys are still talking. They're like, let's take the horse and then we'll ransom it off. And they're like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, just take the horse." And then you see them approaching the stable.
Yeah, is it like really, really dark?
Not. It'd be like a crescent moon. It'd be a crescent moon.
Okay, but no remaining sunlight.
You can see them. Yeah, it's fading. Like, you know that these guys are here to steal shit.
Do I see any pointy-eared people in the bunch?
The two that no, you definitely can't see that because you're human and you don't have a light source, do you?
I don't.
Okay.
Let me go and at disadvantage at that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for someone with pointy ears.
Yeah, these are clearly not elves. These humans are clearly like human stature.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they vary, but it's not like, oh, that's a slim elf.
Yeah, slim. Yeah, I'm looking for slim or pointy, but okay, if I'm not seeing that, I'm just hanging out where I am. I am just waiting at this point and like looking over towards the hut, and I just see them like all happy and shit, like yay,
Yeah,
supper.
They don't see us. And what is your stealth? 18.
My
right?
stealth was an 18. Yeah, it's pretty legit, as the kids say.
Okay. So like they're like stopping and like looking around, and they're mostly focused on the house, right? And they're like, "Here, give me a boost and lift me up over the fence." So like these guys are like double teaming it. These guys seem to be in like working order, right?
Yeah.
They seem to be coordinating their movements. They're like, "We'll keep watch. You jump in, you get the horse." And they're like, "Okay, yeah." So he's about ready to lift him up and over. You see this guy.
Yeah, continue. I'll interject when I'm ready. You continue.
So we're seeing it from like your perspective up on the tree, the camera.
Like up in the tree, and like I'm like beginning to like my eyes are like dilating or whatever. I'm like,
So he lifts him up and over the fence, and the guy crawls over, and he's like, and he's slowly approaching the horse. Do you do anything?
no. Like I said, I will interject. I will interject when I'm ready. You just keep doing you. I will at some point, but
He
not
attempts
yet.
to handle the animal. And little Joe like perks up its ears and like snorts, and it stomps. He's like, easy now. Easy now. And he approaches once again, foolishly. Okay.
Take a look real quick at what I have in here.
So he takes like some rope out of his satch, and he wraps it around the horse, and the horse seems to be like
Yeah, horse seems okay.
looking at it, and he wraps it around it, and he's like, come on, follow me. So the guys like march around, and he's like slowly opening the gate. He's going to roll a stealth check. That's this +1. And you, Adrian, give me a perception.
Our perception or Asian perception?
Adrian.
Alright, that's Asian perception.
Because this is hearing. This is definitely hearing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking with the creaky.
Mm-hmm. So you hear this as this bandit opens the door, and everybody's like, "Shut the fuck up!" And they're like, "Shh, shh, shh." And there's like it's a bunch of tension, and then all of a sudden you hear like these clicks of crossbow bolts, like click, 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 click.
While they're clicking, I don't know if you would ever rule it like this. Is there a way to fire off a shot and like not exactly know where it came from? Given that they're loading their crossbow bolts, he's handling the horse. They're really focused over there.
Oh yeah, they're definitely focused over here, right?
Yeah.
However, as soon as you make an attack, unless you instantly kill this person, right?
Right.
They will know where you're at, because the guy will be like, I got shot, right?
I agree.
Okay.
I mean,
so
you
have to instantly kill him, right?
All right, I am going to go ahead and take my hidden pot shot at this dude.
You have
who's
advantage.
trying to handle the horse. And I line it up, and as I'm breathing out, I'm slowly squeezing the handle. Tunk.
Fire that sweet, sweet shot.
Hold up.
You have advantage.
There it is. 5. Not terrible.
So tell me how you shoot this guy.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, it's literally just breathing out slow. I'm looking. I'm trying to hit him. I want to hit him in the throat. That's kind of the back of the neck or whatever. But still steering clear of the horse. And I'm just squeezing. But it's so hard to see. And boom, I'm hoping. And the bolt loosens and...
The shot lands, and it stabs him. Although you were aiming for his neck, it goes through his chest and through the other side. It doesn't kill him, but it's a shoulder injury. He's like, fuck!
I jump out of the tree on the outside of the stable.
So everybody, roll that sweet initiative as this guy cries out in pain as this bolt is stuck in him.
Yeah, yeah, since I'm doing the entire like surprise round or whatever right now, right? I'm shooting him, dropping out of the tree. As much as I hate to do it, I'm gonna set the crossbow down and pull out the old way, my trusty sword.
The old way.
And I'm gonna hold steady over at this corner, kind of peering around. And that is everything. Let's see, and the .14 is the tiebreaker mod.
Okay.
Rolled a strong 3, strong natural 3.
Okay, so bandits are up first. No, Adrian is. Adrian's up first. Okay.
Let's see, 30.
Adrian, bandits, Al, and then back to the top. Adrian,
right.
You are up first. You hear this cry of agony as arrow comes, or a bolt comes slamming into this bandit's thing, and you hear this, ah! What do you do?
Can I shout for Billy to wake up?
Sure.
Billy, get your shield. And I'm going to move over to this window.
Billy currently has light armor, so he is sleeping in his armor. Okay, then bandits. Bandits are up next. They're like, shit, be quiet,
Yeah, so-
shh. And then this guy's like, somebody shot me. Which one of you assholes shot me? And he's like,
You're going to make an attack. I had like an action.
Oh, what's the action?
I was going to use my free action to open a window and then shoot acid.
Oh, sure. Yes, go ahead and do that. Who are you targeting? Mind you, it is dark. These guys have purposely kept out of the light. So you're just seeing these forms out there. So you're shooting these forms?
My owl has dark vision.
That is true. That is very true.
Acid
These
splash.
are clearly bandits.
I'm going to shoot an acid splash at this one, which targets the one next to it as well.
Excellent.
Ah, yeah, because they're boosting each other at that.
All right.
Right,
What?
so let me just...
It's a con save, correct?
Yeah. So the darkness doesn't really affect anything, hopefully. PC 12.
They both eat it. Roll damage. What would you roll? 4?
Let's take 4.
4 acid. Air horns emit from the distance. Good job.
Oh, minus 4. 7.
Oh.
So they're
Okay.
like,
Teacher is a deck save.
It's like,
cool.
it's coming from the house. It's coming from the house. And he's like, you, come on, get the horse and get going. And the other guy's like, return fire, return fire. And that's when they start opening up on you. There's that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I get partial cover, please.
Yes, you do get partial cover.
Yay.
Plus 3. They just start opening up. How many of those hit?
Okay, so with my mage armor, it's 15, and partial
plus
cover is plus 2.
2, yes.
So 17 is my AC.
So one of them hits.
1, 2, 3. 3 of them hit.
3. Oh yeah, because it's plus 3.
Yep.
Oh, 3 of them hit.
Oh, it was fun,
shit.
guys.
Oh, shit. 3d8 plus 1. Oh, nope.
And at that's 16 total.
That's 16.
Well, I'm down.
Yeah, kind of figured.
So, like, you open up this window, right? And you stand in the middle of the window. And they're all like, I mean,
With
they
some
were ready,
backlighting
right? Yep.
from the torch.
And you're just silhouette, right? And they've been practicing, right? These guys have been practicing shooting. And you're just like the perfect target. And they just... this guy who didn't fire grabs the horse and his wounded shoulder. He's like, keep them pinned down. Don't let them go. Make sure that they don't survive. And starts, well, we'll just put them together.
Really? I shouldn't have given away my honey ale, now that I think about it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, that's good right there. The other ones start reloading and like, shit. It's like, we're supposed to steal. We weren't supposed to kill them. And they're like cursing and like, next. It is Blade's turn. Oh, wait, the owl.
Okay, owl.
Wait, what happens to the owl? That's a good question.
I mean, the owl's still got its own initiative.
Because you're not
go
dead, right? The Blade.
You can go wake up Ed, I guess, because I didn't wake up Ed yet, I guess.
Yeah. Ed wakes up. And he sees this owl just...
And he sees Adron just lying on the floor with arrows just sticking out.
And Billy's like croaking, right? He's like getting his stuff ready too, right?
Isn't he bloody?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. Anything else?
I'll take the dodge action.
Sure. Blade, you're up.
I
You just see like all these arrows just...
I don't even see it. I just hear it because I got the stable next to me.
Yeah, you hear them like cussing and stuff like that. They're like, shit.
Let's see. Stealth is it's an action, right?
Right. They do not see you. They cannot see you currently.
That's okay, but they could hear me. So I'm gonna attempt to stealth here while I move. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here. I'm just gonna kind of crouch low and move and that's it for now. That's basically everything I can do. I'm just trying to make my way home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to make my way back to the hut after I'm sure I heard him cry out before he hit the ground.
Well, I mean, yeah, you definitely heard him crash. And then they start, let's see here. Adrian's down. Uh-oh, roll me that death save. Okay, you're good. You got one success. Bandits are still cursing and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They seem to be like covering their tracks. And they're like, shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one's gone.
No, not both. Not the horse.
Okay, there we go. So he's gone. And then this guy's like, cover our things. Remember, double it up. Is to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. It is now the owl's turn. Billy walks over to you. This will be at the end of the turn. But it's still the owl's turn. It's the owl's turn. What does the owl do?
Owl is going to fly out the window, I guess, and indulge action again as it follows them.
Okay, sounds good. They see this owl fly out, and they're like kind of spooked at it, and they're just like, damn owl. They're like cursing. Blade, it's your turn. What do you do?
Let's see. So I hear the horse gallop off. Probably hear a couple of them heading off. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing because I know what needs to be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna do another stealth roll. So I continue to skirt around this thing and I'm like keeping my eyes up, just seeing what I can see. I mean, classic stuff here. Stealth, boop. Yeah, there we go. I imagine that at this point, my like sheath and my shield have kind of like clanged together or whatever, and maybe I stumbled in like a little uneven bit of the ground and like slammed into the stables. Fuck.
They're like, "Who's there? Who's there?" And you hear the clicking of crossbow bolts.
I shout. I'm like, "Men, release the hounds!"
Okay, go ahead and roll me an intimidation. Awesome. Okay. It is top of the round.
Bloody.
Oh, it's Billy's like, "Oh, Adrian, you okay? Adrian." He's like shaking you, and you're just like limply flopping around. And Farmer Ed's like, we're watching this, and Farmer Ed's like, "Fool, get away from the windows! They're shooting at us!" And he's like taking cover and like peeking around the edges. Mind you, this has all happened within 24 seconds. Yep. Yeah. This has all happened within 24 seconds. And then it's now the bandits' turn because Adrian's down. Did you make a death save?
Yeah.
Okay, that is a success. You have 2 successes. All right. It's the bandits' turn. They're like, "Shit, hounds, run, you idiots!" And then they start running off. They're no longer like cocking their crossbows and stuff like that. They are booking it.
It's fine with me.
All right. Anything else?
My owl. Can I just follow them from the sky, like 120 feet?
Easily. The owl can follow them. However, you realize that you won't be able to sense your owl, right?
I mean, that's fine. I know it's still alive. I can just recall it back to me when I'm conscious again.
All right. We can drop out of combat now. unless you guys have anything else you'd like to do.
That's okay. Yeah, my entire course of action. So this would also just take me a few more seconds. I'm gonna head up here, hop through the window, probably clamber all over this table and maybe even break it. Head in, see his bloody carcass, and I'll go and pour this. It was told to me that it was a healing draft, so
Yes.
I would go ahead and pour some of this down his mouth. I imagine healing potions aren't like
Roll
crazy.
1d8.
What the hell is this?
And then Adrian, roll me a con save.
Strong
Oh,
one. Strong
well.
one. Hey, health is health.
You made it. Okay. You feel a slight buzz, but
Yeah.
you're back. But unfortunately, you don't feel very well. Like all the wounds were so grievous, and you only get one HP back.
Yeah, I pull out. I've got like some gauze on me, and I'm ready to basically hold the gauze around his wound and take out the bolts. Perhaps using a set of pliers or something, and try to bandage him up. And I'm like, "You damned fool!"
So Adrian, you wake up to Blade over you, Billy and Ed. Ed's still like taking cover and like watching outside. You notice that he's like looking over the edges and stuff like that. It's like, damn fool.
Yeah, I'm assessing the situation. I'm like, "You stood in front of the fucking window. You duck. You take the shot, and then you hit the ground. I mean, wait."
I mean,
You
he
take
did
the
do
shot and then you hit the ground. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, I guess I could have done that.
Either that or you get away from the window. I told you. This ain't the business for you. You had eyes, you'd know that.
I thought my magic would protect me.
You are, you're conscious. You'll be all right. Just don't bleed out on me. And I'm going to go back out the same window that I came from.
Sorry, did I fail the Constitution check?
No, you feel slightly buzzed, but you're not intoxicated.
Okay, just checking.
So I hop back out through the window and I go head out. I'm trying to like look around and cautiously go over to sheath my sword and pick up my crossbow
Okay.
that I dropped over here.
You do that.
Yeah, and then I'll head back to the party. And you know what?
Watch out for the trap.
Yeah, I know. I had seen it, and I would imagine while I was perched up there, I mean,
I assume
bear trap
allies
is very
automatically,
audible. It's very audible, so I mean, as you're like cranking it. There's no. I would have role played that I did not see it if it were like maybe around the back or something, but yeah, for sure saw it. Anyway, so I'm gonna go and tell you guys. Well, I got some good news for us. I managed to catch one of them with a boat. Should be easy to follow. Plus, they ran off in a real hurry with one on horseback. So I say we follow them back and hit them in their home. I imagine Ed might want little Joe back.
He's like, they stole my horse. He's like looking out at the pen, and the fence is wide open, swinging in the breeze. He's like, son of a bitch. Ugh.
Ed, even if you don't have much time left on this green place we call home, you
Don't remind
get
him.
yourself a bow. So I did what I could, but there's just too many.
My owl, I sent it subconsciously, I guess, to go, follow them. So we should be able to follow the trail to their hideout, I assume.
All right.
But I might need to spend the night resting.
Yeah, you definitely need to get some shut eye, kiddo.
So like Billy and like Ed's like looking at each other and is like, this is getting dangerous. These ain't
It
termites.
is, Ed.
These ain't termites. These are men. These are men.
Termites are
Most
pretty dangerous
dangerous
too.
game. So yeah, this is why I was telling you to sharpen that blade, Ed. This isn't your fault. You're the victim here. They got your horse, and I'm gonna do what I can to get it back. After all, that's part of the job.
He nods in agreement. He's like, "Be much appreciated. Much appreciated. You warned me, and I didn't take you seriously. Maybe next time I will."
It's all right. Ed, this is a lot to ask, and I'm sure you'll say no, but does it look like we're of similar build?
He would be slightly taller, but he's definitely thinner than you.
Okay.
Like, he hasn't been a soldier for probably a while.
Yeah.
And this is, his sickness has been affecting him. So he's getting thinner and thinner.
Okay. So, yeah.
You think he hasn't been, like, filled out completely, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Ed, I know you want to hold on to your earthly keepsakes. Billy, why don't you go get Adrian some any cloths that you have and some clean water?
Billy does.
Stay inside, though, Billy. Stay inside.
He, like, crawls on the floor. Like, this is normal for him.
Yeah,
right? He just He goes over and picks up some
I say, now that Billy's not here.
honey ale.
Yeah. I know you want to hold on to your earthly keepsakes, but was that plate I saw, Ed?
He, like, coughs, and he's like, what, you wanting to take my armor? Is that what you're asking?
I'm not asking to take it. I'm asking to borrow it. I leave here with it, and I come back with that horse. Or I don't come back at all. But I'm not going to leave you.
That's an expensive proposition.
I totally understand, but you won't be here that long anyway. If someone comes around and tries to either take that plate or they know about it, Billy's going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, I'm not going to spread that word. This is not guys as a threat. I'm just... He seems young and not accustomed to the ways of human folk.
So, yeah, you're right about that. Roll me a persuasion.
Okay.
You're trying to convince him to let you borrow his armor.
I'm super good at this.
Yeah,
decent
you
roll.
are. So, like, he coughs, right? And he's like...
Say, and it's rightfully yours. I'll give it back. But consider it you arm soldiers, but when they retire, generally they give back their arms. Same thing here.
So, like, he nods in agreement. He's like, all right, you can take it. What you
When
get
you're
is
younger.
half plate.
Okay. When you're younger, I think that maybe you looked a little more like me, but maybe we can loosen up a couple of the straps.
So he starts equipping you. He goes into, like, this...
Yeah.
And he flips it up. Adrian, this is what you've missed all this time. And he, like, brings
See,
out
I'm
this...
completely blind.
Yep.
I
Oh, yeah,
don't
you
know, it's
are.
like-
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you're
still
missing this
colorblind.
all. So, well,
What is it?
We get a cinematic. Yep. He draws out this armor, right? And on it is the symbol of the Inquisition. It's also a plumed helm, definitely of a commander's. It's half plate. And-
I could leave the helm behind, right? And not suffer any kind of...
No, it's just decorative. Like, it's
Okay,
a
yeah.
plumed
I would
helm,
keep...
decorative.
Yeah, I would...
It's commander.
say like I pass on the helmet because I need to be able to see.
You
that kind of
do,
thing.
by the way, have the Inquisition's heraldry on this.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep.
That's fine. This is purely for protective gear, not for anything else. I don't like them, but I don't like forsake them. I'm not like offended by wearing this. Like, it's just heraldry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't ascribe to any of that jazz.
This is definitely high-ranking officers' armor.
So yeah, Ed, I'll try to come back with it as much intact as possible. And if I don't come back, you at least have the trail. You'll know where I am.
He says, don't lose it and don't die, you damn fool. That's the simplest thing you can do.
I don't plan to. As I'm looking at this, hold on, my armor might technically be... No, it shouldn't be better. It can't be better.
It's half plate. I doubt it.
Fuck. Okay, so my armor isn't better. Okay, it was just heavy armor as opposed to medium armor. And the medium armor will let me add my dex, so that's dope. So in that case, I should be sitting at 20 with my shield out. So we have 15 from the armor.
Yep.
2 for dex, 2 for shield, 1 for defensive style.
Correct.
All right, cool.
Look at that armor bonus. Just like, boom.
Yeah, and it gets me all fitted out, and I try to make sure I can still... I like mock swing a blade. I don't actually have one drawn, but I'm just making sure I have all my movement, and same with my crossbow, making sure I have decent mobility. And I am making a bit less noise than I was before because this fits a bit better. It's not as, clangy and everything like the chainmail was. And I'll go and leave my piecemeal behind.
It fits pretty damn well.
Alrighty. Excuse me. And I will... What do I do at this point? I will go and wait a couple minutes for the birdie to hopefully come back. And...
I was hoping to wait until morning so I could.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go take a long rest.
He definitely needs it. There's no way around that.
Yep.
Like they might even just outrun us, and that's okay. But yeah, I mean, for the sake of him, if this weren't a tabletop game, I would just go. But it is.
It's a party game. Yep, it's a party game.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hang back with him.
You can try to go by yourself. You'll probably not last very long.
Not necessarily.
20 is pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if I actually used all my range possible and as much stealth as possible,
it'll last a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll hang back and I'll keep guard throughout the night, or at least swap watches or something with Ed.
Farmer Ed, he's still sick and everything else, so he tells Billy to stand guard and watch over everybody.
Okay.
He goes back to bed.
I'll go and just prop my back up against. I would go over to this corner, as it feels like one of the safest ones, and I just put my back up on it, and I make sure that there's no tension in my crossbow. I kind of relieve it, and just put my head up against the wall, and I rest.
Excellent. Right around the crest of dawn, you hear Billy squawking. He goes, rah, rah, rah. Hey, someone's outside! Someone's outside! What, if anything, do you guys do? This is after a long rest, by the way.
Yeah, I go and I hop up, trying to be about as stealthy as I can. I creep over to this window staying low. I'm trying to kind of scan. It's called like slicing the pie. If you're familiar with any kind of tactical kind of thing. I'm just checking basically a couple degrees at a time through this window.
Out here holding a torch is a bandit. He's got a torch out. He's like, hey, you in there!
I don't give away my position yet. If Ed looks over at me, I'll like nod, like talk. Yeah.
I mean, I'll step out if you want.
Yeah, or you speak, since DMs hate talking to themselves because it sucks.
It's like, well, what would I say? Well,
yeah, right.
All right.
The bandit has a torch out, and it's still a dim light, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, we're here to collect our tax money. You going to give it up?
Oh, on whose heraldry?
He says, the local lords.
I am going to actively check for people hiding, especially where I've been hiding lately, whether they're... Did I hit the wrong button? No, I didn't. Okay. I'll say I'm looking like over here and up in the trees and, over in this corner.
You think this is a parlay. Like this guy is coming to trying to ransack you for all the gold he can carry before heading back. So, yeah. You think this is a single guy who probably just stayed to watch the house and...
Oh, wait, before I forget...
he's making demands.
How much are you asking for? By curiosity.
Okay.
Stalling. You told me to stall.
Okay, so what are you rolling? First off, tell me what you're rolling.
This is my portent, so I see visions of coming disasters.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, you could have used portent on one of those crossbow bolts.
Hey,
that's okay, dude. We all forget, man. Happens.
Okay. I remember.
Funny as hell.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So as you are approaching him and speaking to him, I'll say what would I say? Lujo, why don't you come back and let me talk to the man? Say, sir, I'm gonna come out with the gold and unarmed, and I will. I'm gonna. Actually, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put down my crossbow. I'm gonna set it on the table.
What are you dressed in, by the way?
Oh, I'm still on the half plate.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't like doff it quickly, so. And I'm gonna take. So, like, technically, when you start, you don't have any gold, but like, if I have some silvers, even or something, like, I want some kind of coins, even if it's just coppers in a pouch. And I try to fill it up, and I would step outside, out the front door.
As soon as you step out in the half plate of an armor, right? Mm-hmm. This guy's eyes go like wide-eyed, right?
Yeah.
As he sees you. And the embroidered, everybody knows the symbol of the Inquisition. He's like, my mistake, my lord.
Adrian also like takes a step back.
I did not realize.
Wait,
yeah, I did not realize that the Inquisition was here.
Lojo, why don't you go back inside? Me and this gentleman need to have a talk. And I do mean that. This is a parlay, is it not? Are you not here on diplomatic terms?
The Inquisition serves all, my lord. We are humble servants of, he's like stuttering and he's like, how can we be of service to the Inquisition?
I would prefer it if you would step inside with me and I'll make us some oats. It would be my honor, as I've not had the opportunity to meet the local chapter.
The bandit's like, yes, sir, I will do as you suggest. And he steps inside.
As you can understand, there's been trouble as of late. If you would just tether your weapon while you're in here. And as we'll do the same, of course. It's customary.
He's like, sure, peace talks, right. So he like douses his torch and he peace ties his weapon. And he looks to you to do the same.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'll go and peacetime my weapon, and this is going to be pure deception. I'll say, it should be customary practice that you've brought along a partner. You are not to travel alone. It's been a while since I've been in, but that's how we used to do things.
Okay. I guess it'd be his motive, I guess, sense motive.
Yeah, his insight. I love hearing all these old terms. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not the only one.
yeah. It's +0. Okay.
Yeah. But perhaps things have changed.
So he looks at you and he's like, well, I didn't bring a second. I wasn't expecting to meet the Inquisition here. I haven't seen your type around here in a long time. He like starts eyeballing you up and down.
Yeah. And I tie off my weapon.
Okay.
And I'm sure he sees the crossbow on the table. I said, yeah, it seems that there's been a few rowdy folks around here stirring up some trouble, so they got us involved. I got a couple dozen men out in the woods searching for them now. From what I heard, they caught one with a bolt.
So the guy nervously like shakes slightly, and he's like, I wouldn't know anything about that, my lord. I didn't know.
Of course not. I'm sure you wouldn't be. If anything, you're hunting them too, are you not?
No.
Of course you're collecting.
Right.
All right. Back in my day, we were much smaller, so we had, we had to wear many hats, as they say.
I didn't realize that the Inquisitors were interested in petty theft nowadays. Usually they send the local town guard. I didn't realize.
And so they did. And town guard ended up dying. That's why we're here. So whatever petty squabbles and petty theft, as your words, not mine, have occurred around here, I'm sure they're going to come to an end real soon. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, sir. I didn't. The Inquisition here, they always bring peace with them.
What is like the Inquisition's thing? Kind of like I never even saw the movie, but kind of like Hail Hydra or like
Uh,
Christians in there and peace be unto you or whatever. Like, do they have a thing? Like, do you have that?
They are very much a militant religious order.
Yeah.
Think of crusades on steroids.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of like what like do they have a phrase that's like well known? You know, like a praise to the holy
By the
master
Holy
or something.
Master. It'd be by the Holy
By
Master.
the Holy Master,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
I said, by the Holy Master, might we rid these lands of the scourge that plague it.
He like shifts nervously and like, do you have anything to drink?
Oh, of course. Ed, would you be so kind as to treat this man to one of your famed drafts?
So Ed definitely playing
give Ed a
along.
wink.
Yep, playing along. He like fills up a mug and hands it over to him, and the bandits clearly like nervously takes it, and he's like sips it. He's like, and also of course Billy. He's like keeping an eye on him, and he's just what? I understand you've had bandit troubles here recently.
How that could happen.
Hey, yeah, the bandits,
I mean, he said it. He introduced it. He's like,
yeah, by account of this man, they struck last night. We were not but a click away. Had they struck maybe 10, 15 minutes later, it would have been a very different story. And I give him a real big shit-eating grin.
the bandit like shifts nervously and like looks around. He's clearly not expecting this many people, right? He only thought that there was going to be like the farmer and Billy. He's like, well, you know, what's the punishment for thievery nowadays? This guy's clearly nervous. He's like looking around, like, what's the punishment nowadays?
Yeah, I audibly laugh, and I was like, well, thievery, I mean, that's just the hand. But we're talking attempted murder. There is... what was it there, Little Joe? It was a conspiracy of arson. They were talking about burning the place down. Talking about killing people. There's a stolen horse. Isn't that right, sir? You said that there's a stolen horse also. I have it all in my notes.
So Farmer Ed like nods and he's like, it's hanging, boy.
Yeah, it's going to be, well, it used to be hanging. We're thinking about really sending a message this time, but I've done enough talking. If you would, Ed, right? Ed, could you make us some of those oats? I'm going to go out and have a smoke. Little Joe, why don't you keep this young man company? And I'm going to go outside with like a rolled up little bit of like tobacco and a rolling paper kind of thing. And I'm just going to like walk out front of the house and like literally just kind of like scan around a few times and listen to see if I can find anyone.
Okay.
And that will also allow me to share some spotlight there, Mr. Little Joe.
Okay. So as you look around, you don't see any other bodies, right? You're pretty sure that this guy was purposely left behind to keep an eye on the house. Okay. And now that he knows the like demands and stuff like that, he's changing it all up because of this new information. Yeah. He sees an inquisitor here. He sees, he's like, oh man, there's an army here. He's like learning all that stuff. Right, so he's changing his tune entirely, right? Yeah. So he was here to rob you guys. And now he's trying to like, oh, I'm not part of that. I'm actually... I'm just an innocent bystander, right? Yeah. So the guy's like nervously fumbling with his like drink, and he's just like clearly shaken that an inquisitor is here.
And Lil Joe, if you don't want to talk to him too long, that's okay. It can be a quick smoke break. It can be a I know.
The horse. Okay.
Yeah, but this is why I called him when I told him to come back inside. I call him Lil Joe.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you want me to give out your name. Probably not. What I was say is it can be a short smoke break. It can be a long smoke break. I leave that up to you. You just let me know in or out of character if you want me back in.
Okay. I'm not really sure what to ask, but...
Maybe I even forgot my tinderbox and I can't get it lit. You really want me back in there.
Okay, so what's your name, sir?
He like looks around. He's like, Window Son. Mr. Windowson.
All right, Winterson. Nice to meet you.
You know that this is a lie, by the way. Like, he looks at the window, he's like, oh,
Yeah.
windows. Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting questions. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like anything I ask he's gonna lie about. So, and I haven't really got.
I mean, think about it, right? He wasn't expecting the Inquisition here. He wasn't expecting...
No one
And
expected.
then the actual Inquisition following.
Mind you, he's not part of the Inquisition, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
So both parties are kind of lying to each other here, right?
Yeah.
But,
That's a
you
lie.
know, when people get nervous about the Inquisition, they always, like, try to make it... Like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I serve the Inquisition. I'm part of the Inquisition, right?
Yeah.
How may I help you, my lord? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. His tune totally changed from, I want money, to, holy shit, how can I help you?
Little Joe, did I leave my matches in there?
Sure, yeah. Here they are. I've got some matches.
Okay. I'll open up the door. Does Little Joe want me back in there or no? Seems
Sure,
like
I am. I mean, I feel like this. We've established what we want to do.
okay. In that case, I'll say, you know, this is bad for my health. I'll save this for another day. I'll put the little handmade cigarette away.
Mm-hmm.
Say, you know, I caught your name outside. Windowson, is that right?
Yeah. Windowson.
Afraid we don't have any Windowsons in. Well, I've never met a Windowson, so nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're locals.
That's good to know. You know, I'm thinking we can have some oats, but why not have some meat too, right? Say, I'm sure that you've traveled far and wide. If you're collecting taxes, I once had that duty, and I remember riding for days, and it's very
Of course.
lonely.
Of course. All in the name of the Inquisition, my lord. I mean, we help support you, of course.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't see your horse pitched out front, but I guess, yeah, they can't afford horses for Joes like you and I anymore, huh?
He like nods in agreement, happy to find common ground.
I walk over to like the cutlery table or wherever I was at before, and I grab the cleaver, and I walk back over towards the like main dining table, and I say, I was pretty sure that we had a turkey or something around here, didn't we? There, little Joe.
Do we have some leftover peasant? Maybe.
Some pheasant. Ah, yeah. Hey, Ed, could you grab the pheasant, Ed? And if like the guy's hands are on the table, I feel like Ed might know where I'm going with this. Maybe. And if not, I'll go ahead and do it myself.
Well,
If you could get the meat.
I don't understand.
He's definitely going Game of Thrones. I know where he's going
Yeah,
with it. Yep.
A little bit.
Okay, I haven't read that far. Okay, so it's fine.
You'll find out real soon.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep.
Anyway, if his hands are whatever on the table, I'd like to approach him kind of like from the back, the position that people really hate, like right over your shoulder and standing above you.
Well, like he's straight, like he's acting all proper, and he's kind of got like a shit-eating grin. Like, yeah, I love some pheasant, please. Yes, I would.
Yeah, I would think that he was sitting at the table at this point, though.
Yeah, he's got his hands on like a mug of honey ale.
There you go. That's the hand.
Yep.
I'm going to grab that hand by the forearm near the wrist.
Okay.
I'm going to say, the punishment, as we discussed for thievery, is a hand.
His eyes go wide.
Cleaver is coming down.
Give me a strength check
Sure.
as you just try to quack.
Ooh.
Okay, it's going to
Yeah.
be strength versus strength as he tries to
Wait,
pull his hand away.
I'm definitely
Because he's not bound or anything, right? He's not.
Yeah,
bound.
no, he's not bound. Yeah.
Let me use my vision.
Oh, yeah, he gets
Yeah,
in
go
that
ahead.
fucking one, baby. Good call.
Okay, can I see what he rolls first? Because I might be able to sort
Sure.
that out.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to save the net one.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So what happens? What happens?
I guess he's about to pull away,
Yep.
and then I guess Agile remembers something in his dream. It's like, oh yeah, I remember this. And then like the chair like starts to give out from under him.
Okay.
And he just falls to the table and the cleaver goes down.
Ooh, that's so good.
He screams in agony as a bloody stump. He's like, "Oh my god! Holy masters!"
I turn away from him and say, "Drink your ale and stop your bitching."
He's going to attempt to run away now, since you just chopped off his arm. Like, he gets up from it. What do you guys do?
Is this what we wanted? I don't know.
I mean, he's going to run away.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess it's grapple time. I hit him with an athletics to hold on to him. And as I grab him, I guess I would also try to cover his mouth, but I know that's a whole other thing. Yeah, he fucking slips away.
Adrenaline and blood. Like, as you try to grab him.
Wait. I use my other.
The other one.
Okay, mark it off. Mark this shit off. Okay.
Oh no, I've seen this whole scene play out in my dream.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, this is.
So you now have him grappled. He's still trying to break free.
I guess I will attempt again. I think this is more of a cinematic approach, but I'm gonna try to grab him and just actually kind of like just cover his mouth and just like hold him there.
Okay, so he's
Straight
going
in?
to attempt to break out.
Okay, and I'm just like shh.
Okay, so he's bleeding and crying and snot's coming out of his nose. He's like,
Yeah, it's gonna get real bad and creepy, but I'm gonna lean in and whisper to his ear, say, "It only gets worse the louder you are." Well, fuck, the accent keeps sleeping. It'll only get worse the louder you are. And if he like stops resisting as much, I'll go and like slowly take my hand off of his mouth.
Pinned, if you
and say, "Billy, lock the doors. Shut the windows."
So Billy goes over and shuts the door, and he has a spear and a shield out. He seems like he was going about ready to charge him if he tried to escape.
Nice.
Farmer Ed, he's just watching the whole scene going down. He's stepped back, right? His hand is on his longsword, but he's still he's pissed. He's pissed. He's letting it all happen.
Can I cast message on Blade?
Okay.
So I'm asking, what's your plan here? I thought you were going to try send a message to the Thieves Guild. So why are you restraining him?
Yeah, and when I replied back, I said, "We're going to send a message, all right."
Okay.
At this point, I would like to have this guy sit the hell down and drink from his draft. I assume like this guy just has this honey healing draft. Maybe out the buns. I don't know the exact situation, but there's a lot of magical things happening here.
It's not magical. It's just like, a hard drink.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay,
nothing
so
magical about it. It's like
in that case, I'll do.
It gives you spirits. Like,
got you. In that
it
case,
doesn't
I'll go
cure
and do.
Cut off hands.
Yeah. In that case, I'll go and do what I did with Adrian, basically, which is try to stem the flow. I'm gonna go and pull out some gauze and everything, and like really try to kind of like clamp down on it. Maybe we can also cauterize it. If we were already cooking, that kind of thing.
Yes, there is things you can cauterize it with. This guy is still crying and snot's coming out. And like,
yeah, I don't blame him. So yeah, son, this is can go a couple ways. Do you want to continue living, or would you like me to kill you now?
It's like, I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't do anything. Why are you doing this to me? It's like he's like crying and stuff like that. This kid is about like 18, 19 years old, right? And he's like, I didn't do anything.
Son, so what's your real name? This Wenderson shit isn't gonna cut it.
He's just like mumbling, right?
Well, I'll let you know. His name isn't actually Lil Joe. So until we get Lil Joe back, you'll be Lil Joe from here on out. Lil Joe.
I love it.
The more information that you give us, the better things turn out. Hell, you might even leave here with more gold than you thought you could get in the first place. Are you catching my drift? I did. That's the punishment for thievery. All right, you're a highwayman. And the only difference between me and you is you got caught.
He's like,
I don't let myself get these
No, he's
situations.
crying and he's like denying everything, but he's like shaking his head yes.
Yeah. So, you can continue denying, but I'm not sure if you know this. The punishment for perjury is a cut tongue. You can still talk.
His eyes go wide at this.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, keep lying. Consider this your courtroom, okay? You're under trial at this point.
So I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Oh.
He's still like crying and stuff like that.
I say, Little Joe, because we're at a electronic tabletop game, I'm not going to continue torturing you. But you're pushing my limits there, boy. I'll go and give him the Dark Knight
this
treatment.
all happened within like 5 minutes. Like, yeah. His
go
head's
behind
like
him,
hurting and everything.
Dark Knight treatment, where I grab him by the back of the head and like slam it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want me to scare him, I can use some magic.
You gotta roll some dice to do this. Come on. You gotta roll some intimidation. You're trying to get him for information, so you guys gotta roll some dice.
Do you want me to help?
You have advantage, by the way. You have advantage because he's terrible.
I'll say I don't think that we need any magical stuff right now.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, just go ahead and bounce his head off, and then I'll pull up a chair and sit beside him.
So it's like his nose is now bleeding. He's like, I'll show you where the hideout is. Please don't kill me. Please.
Well, see now, Little Joe, isn't that a good start? I almost feel like we're becoming friends.
He's like, no, we're not. No, I'm not your friend.
I'm gonna go and just take him by the chin, and just have him look at me, and just say, "Look at me, Little Joe."
I mean, he's looking at you with like blood coming out of his nose, and his eyes are like tearing out.
As far as you're concerned, I'm your best friend in this whole damn room. He wants to spear you, and that was the best that we could do. Now, wasn't it?
No. You promised to talk, and we talked. And
Yeah, I didn't say we were only going to talk, though, right? And you're not only a tax collector, right? You do collect taxes.
Yes.
Yeah, but you also do a couple other things, right? You admitted to a hideout. And
Yes.
I'm very interested in going to this hideout. Now, if you try to deceive me, I'm going to start taking toes and fingers.
So he's like,
and
crying.
eventually more things. Say, but I don't particularly take any pleasure in doing this, right? I took a hand, and that seems fair to me. It might not seem fair to you, but tomorrow you'll wake up and thank your lucky stars that you're still alive. After all, by the Holy Master.
By the Holy Master. By the Holy Master.
By the Holy Master. Very good. I'm glad that I feel like we're starting to talk each other's language now. Adrian, you have any questions for this young man? Like, was he the one that shot you? Or maybe where is the hideout, right? Maybe you have something that you'd like to get out of him. I feel like things are looking up for us all of a sudden.
All right. So, where is the hideout?
It's like, I can show you, but my hand's bleeding.
Oh yeah. Let me get a cloth so you don't bleed to death.
I mean, it's staunched, but blood is just soaking the rag, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Never mind.
He probably needs an hour's rest to staunch the blood.
Yeah, I'll reassure him, be like, I'm not going to let you bleed out. You're too valuable right now. As long as you keep being valuable.
So you did probably 1 point of damage, and then you need to roll me another dice. Let's see here. You slammed it down, so it was a strength. It's 1 die 4. Let's see how much damage you've done to him so far. Because he's looking pretty bad.
Would effectively be this roll, and just not piercing. So 6 slashing or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's looking pretty bad. And then 1
So,
point of damage from the bam.
Oh.
From the broken nose. So you've done a total of 7 points of damage to him. He is,
So
he's going pale in the face.
Little Joe.
Yeah.
I believe now we have 2 hostages. Well, there's one hostage on each side. Maybe we can do an exchange.
Oh,
It's like,
that'd be lovely, huh?
I ain't worth no horse.
Well,
No,
perhaps.
especially with my hand like this.
Oh, poor guy.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Now I'm starting to feel like maybe he's seen too much too, huh? Maybe we should blindfold him.
You're not having my one, man. I mean, I think if we let him go, the others will realize that they've messed with an Inquisitor and try their best to redeem themselves. Or we can just,
You truly are naive, son. It's almost endearing.
Okay. I mean,
So and these types. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Lil Joe. You're not much for redemption, are you?
I want my hand back.
Yeah. And I want to sleep with the queen, but shit ain't gonna happen for me, and shit ain't gonna happen for you.
So he's still like tearing and stuff like that. And he's like,
All right. Well, how about you tell us where the hideout is? I'll go get some pen and paper, and you'll just have to draw it with your bad hand. But at least you still got one. But if you draw an untruthful map, if I even get the hint of deceit, I'm thinking we'll probably take the other hand, or maybe we'll take the other foot.
okay.
That way you can't run. I mean,
We don't-
a mobile target is a hard target to hit.
So he attempts to draw a map with his bad hand. Don't expect a lot from this.
And I would assume, like, maybe since I found my way here, maybe I would know.
So with his hand, it's just like a mark, right? It's terrible. It doesn't even look like a map.
Blade, I think my owl knows the way. I think we'll be fine without a map.
Oh, is that right? Well, perhaps if your owl saw the entrance, maybe this guy can also tell us what the entrance looks like. And if the stories don't check out, I think then we'll execute him. It's only merciful.
Roll me intimidation with advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Keep forgetting that we're intimidating this guy.
Yep. I mean, you guys are scaring the shit out of him. So he's like, I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you everything. First, there's frogs. They help guard the place. There's giant frogs. Okay.
Like Billy?
No,
That's Billy, in case you ain't meet him.
No, these are big frogs. They eat Billy.
All right.
And there's a tower. Don't go into the tower. There's a spider. Spider guards the tower. It's for intruders in case they're trying to.
In case they try to.
And then there's the boss. There's
Back
the boss.
to the tower, Lil Joe. In case they try to what?
In case they try to get up on top and shoot down on us.
All right.
And then there's the boss. The boss will kill you. The boss will kill you.
Right. How many of you are there, Billy? Or Lil Joe?
So like you're trying to make him rat out everything. Roll me another intimidation with advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd probably be about the last question. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a sense motive because he's doing a terrible job.
Boop.
Yep. You know that he's lying when he says there's only like 5 of us. There's only 5 of us.
Well, that's good to know.
But you know that he's lying.
I appreciate your honesty, Lil Joe. Do you feel like you've been honest?
Yes.
All right, I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
We're going to stop the bleeding hell. You know what? I think that you've earned yourself a drink. Tell you what, how about you have some of mine? Now I'm going to go and give him the actual, some healing draft.
Okay.
It
doesn't cure his bloody stomach.
Yeah, no. I'm just looking to make it a little better for him. So, we'll also get you some hot food real soon.
Go
I
ahead and
know
roll
that.
me a die 8. And I need
Okay,
to roll
yeah.
a con.
Boop. So I know that this has been a real rough morning for you, but it probably won't be your worst. I know
Oh,
I've been in.
he's sober, man. That alcohol touches him, and he just sweats it out.
Yeah. So this should make you feel a little better, though. Wanda, Ed, can you get like a bedroll or something, or hell, a sack of grain and let him lay on it?
Ed, he gets out some unfinished animal furs, and he throws it on the ground. And he spits on the furs, and he like points for who you call Little Joe. He goes, lays down on the furs, and he's like in a fetal position, holding his arm.
And just tie him up, maybe gag him, blindfold him, whatever the hell you want to do, but keep him alive. So when I come back, then we'll probably free him. Would you like that, Little Joe? Would you like freedom when I come back?
Yes.
All right, sounds like a deal. So as long as I don't die, you don't die.
Farmer Ed's like crosses his arms, and he's like, "That's what you think."
Yeah,
you get the sense that he might still hang him. He stole his horse, stole his livelihood. Yep.
All right.
Billy's like, I stay. I watch prisoner.
That sounds like a good idea. I mean, 5 guys. I think take 5 guys.
Little Joe, you should probably cooperate with whatever these two tell you. They are not nearly as kind as I am. And me and Adrian can head outside, out of earshot from the cabin, preferably.
Okay, yeah. The door shuts behind you, and the scene focuses on you two. What do you guys say?
Adrian, there ain't 5 of them. I know that I counted tink, 4 plus 1. I'm thinking 5, maybe 6, but I don't know if he was part of their bunch. Yeah, that's me counting the crossbow bolts I heard last night being let loose at you. And I only saw 3 bolts. I don't think that they wasted any shots. Bless you, son.
Sorry.
So you counted 5. There's 5 shots, but you saw one with the horse. So.
I only heard 4 shots, I believe. I think that one guy was opening up the fence still.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm just going with what I saw. I couldn't tell if it was 6 or not, like just because I'm up in a tree, you know, I had some concealment. It was nighttime.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm like, I know it was at least 5 or 6, plus maybe him. He seems well rested, so maybe he wasn't actually part of the little excursion last night, but maybe he was. I don't know. But it seems like the rest of the shit he was telling us was truthful. There do seem to be some big old toad monsters and big spider in a tower. I'm not entirely sure that we're equipped to handle that, but mayhaps we can get Retley to scout the place, see just how big these things are. Could be some hyperbole. Could just be hyperbole. That's another big word. I'm gonna have to sit down. Blade don't do too many big words.
Pretty educated for a fighter.
I seen a couple words. I latch onto them. I like them. So yeah, I'm very much open to input. I mean, you seem to have handled yourself before I got here, and all that talking mites and looking at them mounds. There's some big mounds.
Yeah. You make a very convincing inquisitor.
Why, thank you. I grew up around them. I despise them, so I know how they think, and sometimes you can emulate a thing like that, but I wanted to vomit a little bit the whole time. Not because of the hand, just pretend to be one of them.
Okay.
By the way, we should probably... Do you think Billy will eat the hands? I don't know if that's a thing Billy does.
I don't think so. He's more of a insect-eating guy.
All right, fair enough. But
let me...
yeah, exactly. But I mean, these are just my thoughts. Your little puppet show, can that do something for us? Maybe like, can you distract them with that little fairy thing you make?
Oda, she can't leave the tree, so that's a no-go.
No. I mean the little pixie thing, the little fairy that you summon.
Yeah,
Oda.
Oda.
It's kind of like your owl, right?
okay, my owl and the fairy are two different creatures.
Right. Same way I can punch you with this or slap you with this one. I understand they're two separate things. I saw them both at the same time. Are you getting smart with me? Are you just making fun? All right, you know what?
The fairy-
I got up to here. I need to take it back down a notch. Okay, I'm a little excited after last night's events. I'm just saying. Can you? So the tree is Oda? Are you telling me that?
It can't leave the tree. I think it's like bound there.
Okay, so you know that imps and stuff like that are bound to trees. You know that this is her home, so she can leave it temporarily, but not very long.
Oh, okay.
So within a 24-hour period, she can leave it. That's how she can travel around the farm so easily.
Okay, I did not know this.
He knows this because
it's true.
Right.
You're saying Adrian knows this, right?
Adrian knows this.
Yeah.
Right. I'm telling you out of character that
Right.
Adrian knows that Fae can leave certain areas for X amount of period.
Gotcha. Right. Kind of like a hollow ground or whatever,
Yep.
but they have to come back to it, or hallowed ground.
Right.
Okay, so
This ground is hollow. Don't step on it.
Oda might help us, but she's not going to do it for free. She will probably ask for something in return.
Well, fair work deserves fair pay.
Faye is sort of tricky.
I thought that she was an extension of you. But if she could be another force in this, and it might be considered at least talking to her about it. And if she asks for too much, well, we'll just stick with the original plan and we'll go scout it out. I mean, she doesn't have to get involved. I mean, they come back and cut down her tree and maybe that kills her. I don't pretend to know these things. I mean, it's okay. If we just want to go and take a look, maybe shoot them from afar. That's also an option.
All right, I will. It can't hurt to ask, I guess.
All right, that's fine with me.
All right, hey Oda.
So it's morning, right?
Yeah.
And you hear you don't hear nothing. You just approach the tree.
Yeah. You said not to step in the snow, right?
There's a stepping stones made out of fallen leaves.
Right, but
that's
not the
safe
snow
part.
itself. No,
Don't step on that. Don't step on that.
I'm not going to test it. I mean, I've been around a little longer than you might think. You learn a thing or two.
You've seen Fae before? Wow.
What?
Seen a Fae before?
No, I've seen people do things when someone tells them not to. A lot of times it's not good for their health. And sometimes if too many people tell you to do something, you probably shouldn't do it. If they won't do it themselves.
Do you have anything shiny on you? Really shiny.
Hell, this is probably the shiniest stuff I got. And I hold up my cheap ass rings. Say I got a couple other little keepsakes, but they're not for trade. Sentimental value and such.
I've got one pewter ring, so I think I'll give it a go with this. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I will walk across the pile of leaves.
Okay.
And as I'm saying this in my mind, I'm realizing, oh wait, Fays probably don't like metal.
No, you know that Fae like metal. Fae
okay.
so,
Never mind.
They like anything.
I'll lay the pewter ring on the offering pedestal, and it's worth about 25 gold pieces.
Okay. Go ahead and you hear this giggle, and she's like, "What do you want? You want more stink bombs? I can give you more stink bombs."
Oda, I was hoping, if you might be able to help us again. I know, I feel like I'm always asking for your help, but...
I know, you're helpless.
Okay. But
am I here with you?
you hear this
stepping stones and stuff? Or
I mean, do you approach? That's a good question.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? If he's going, I'll go.
Okay. It's you started, you hear her climbing up the higher into the tree, and it's who's that? Who's intruding on my forest?
This is Blade. He is a new friend of mine.
Yeah, name's Blade, man. I do see her, right? Or
No,
she?
no, you do not.
Okay,
You just hear a
do
voice.
I hear her?
You just
Okay,
yeah,
I hear her. So
you just hear
yeah,
a voice.
I just kind of like look around and like look at the ground. So I'm like, name's Blade, tree, Oda. So he keeps saying.
Oh my God! You gave him my name. Gosh.
Yeah, my bad. I'll probably forget that in a day or two. I'm pretty good about faces, not too good with names.
So Fae names, right, are does give some power over them, right? So she's like, "You're giving him my name, right?"
Oops. I mean,
Sorry if I got you in trouble.
what
there,
am I
Angel.
supposed to?
I promise. I'm good with faces. I mean, if you don't show me your face, I'll
I thought
probably
you was
never
like.
remember you existed.
I'm sorry. The next time I'll give him like a fake name if I need to.
You're so
I'm
stupid.
sorry.
Oda is a fake name. You hear this laughter?
Damn. Okay.
She's like, a trick, a trick. Oda's only part of my name.
Ah.
Is it a double bluff?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't really see her, so you can't really see her expressions or gestures. So, like,
Okay.
those micro details, you have no idea.
It's fine.
Oda, you know Little John,
Little Joe.
Little Joe.
Yes, the horse
What?
who likes to bite Billy.
He's been kidnapped
What?
by bandits.
What? Well,
And
why
now
didn't you
they're
save
taking
him?
because there's too many and we need help. Because I'm a little small person.
You humans are so helpless. And she appears before you. And she's like holding the ring that you offered her.
I'd like to agree with that statement, man.
So helpless. For little Joe, I will do anything to help.
Not a big fan of humans myself.
Humans are stupid.
Did you happen to catch what transpired out here last night?
I heard shouting, but I did not investigate. I figured it was just some stupid human.
It was a bunch of stupid humans, including myself. On my watch, I let a couple fools come in here and steal little Joe. So that's on me, but I'm trying to make right.
Well, at least you are admitting your foolishness.
Stupidity, I agree, man.
You are wise. I will
That's
help you get little
nice
Joe
compliment.
back. This is ridiculous. You must protect me.
By our powers combined, they won't stand a chance.
So she like nods and she's like, I can only be away from my tree for so long.
Okay.
You must be back within 24 hours. Or I will leave you. Do you understand me?
This shouldn't take much more than how far away that owl of yours say it was, Retley?
So
Wait, how far away did you say it was?
Retley, give me a survival, because he was flying, right? And he's trying to measure it in walks or steps, so he's kind of like, ugh. Give me a survival.
Survival, here we go.
So yeah, I got a blood trail we can probably follow. Might be a little sporadic, but if we fan out, I'm sure that we can catch it. Plus, lots of hoof tracks as they ran off into the night.
So he gives you a decent number. He says about 4 hours on foot.
Okay. Seems
And he also confirms that there's a tower and ruins there.
All right.
Let's do it.
Well, I'm thinking, Adron. Wanted to call you Adron for a second. Adron.
Hey, John.
AD Ron. I think we follow the blood, the hooves, right? Sound like a broken bard. And maybe once we begin approaching them, y'all were talking about some stink bombs, smoke bombs, something like that.
I think the smoke bombs only work on beasts, so that might.
Well,
not
that's
help.
okay, because I mean, if there's a couple of big old toad creatures, that might be a handy tool to have. Are you a good thrower?
I mean, the thing about giant toads is, are they like humanoid toads, or are they?
You're fairly
We'll have to
confident
see.
that, He's referring to the animals, the giant toads. Not
Yeah.
the
Oh, okay.
Ewuks.
Well, in that case, I mean, it's only going to be like a split second. It's best to like scare them away for a brief moment and then
And
like
that's
run away.
okay. That's a good thing. If we're only fighting one toad at a time, by my count, that's a good measure. I mean, if I'm choosing between a bolt or a surprise smoke bomb attack, I'll probably take the smoke bomb any day. Say,
All right, let's go for it.
how many you got?
How many rings do you have? As she holds up like the ring that Adrian gave her. She's like, how many rings?
I got a few rings. I don't know if you're terribly interested. They're not real shiny, but they mean a lot to me.
She's like, go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Yeah.
So you're trying to convince her to trade. She's like, she like looks over your rings and she's like, I have a ring. And she's like, I've got one. Why do I need another one?
Totally get it. Also, I undo my peace tie for the record.
Okay, all right.
You're like, I draw my sword.
No,
you don't.
Tied. Yep. You have to take an action to release the.
All right.
Yep.
Fuck. Yeah. Say, why don't you two stand by me, and if things get bad, get directly behind me. I'll see what I can do as far as blocking arrows. And
Yeah, trust me. I definitely plan to stay behind you, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we really need to teach you how to do whatever it is that you do in some leather or something. It'll prevent a lot of lethal bleed outs.
I mean,
won't go as deep.
I'm serious. My magic is as good as any leather.
Sure, buddy. Sure. And we
As
can
we get
go
a
ahead and head
flashback.
out.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead
So
and
yeah,
roll
how
me
many
that
how many
sweet
stick
survival.
bombs do you have, Adrian?
One.
You have one. Okay.
Just one. There's one thing to make them, and you.
I'm thinking that your spells and such are probably better. I am more the material man. If you want me to hold on to it and throw it, and if you would prefer to keep it for yourself, that's also totally cool.
Well, last time I was in a pretty clutch situation, and my owl sort of reached it from me, and
Okay, Al kind
So
of like
dropped
Talon dropped it like a swordie.
yeah.
Okay, cool. That's totally fine. It's a good tactic. Yeah, I imagine that just as you told me here, you probably would tell Blade. All right, right on, man. That's some smart thinking. That's not something I would think about using an animal as a war beast, unless it's a horse, of course.
I mean, Redley isn't an animal. He's like he talks and stuff, but only I can hear him.
Absolutely, buddy. And a lot of people hear the Holy Master too.
I love that. Yes, because that is entirely accurate. Yep.
This guy's not too hard to slip into. Just be like, go ahead and stand behind me. We need to keep an eye out for big ass toads. And
You make it. After 4 hours of traveling, with your owl's guidance, flying up every so often to make sure that you're able to do, you make it to the moat house. It seems to be some sort of hideout. Go ahead and give me a perception check, because you see this big old toad sitting there.
a big old what?
A big old toad just sitting there. It seems to not be paying
There's no
attention to you currently.
Token, right?
Yeah, that's the token right there.
Yeah,
No. I don't see one. You guys see it?
I don't see it now.
You do?
I don't see the toad.
Oh, you don't see it, Toad?
It might be GM layer.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh, no. It is undo. Paste.
So nat 20 and a nat 1 in a
Oh,
row.
my goodness gracious. Ugh. Toad. I just deleted my toad.
Rest in peace, Toad.
Yep, rip toad.
It's like a ripcord, but instead you just get croaks.
Oh,
Do not bring with
see
you.
what you did there. I see what you did there.
So you're saying is you gotta rip it.
Boo.
Hey.
Boo.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Boo. There we go.
That one
We'll
was
just do that on the
legit.
That'll
podcast.
work. That'll work. I can't believe I deleted that. But what else?
Oja's just booing the whole way.
Okay. So you see a big old toad right here. It's currently just sitting on the log. And...
A frog on the log.
Yep. And before we get into this, we're going to take a small break. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
See you guys in 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Outro.
Wait.